New dump as of 2 minutes ago. Nithya Raman is closing the gap on Spencer Pratt at an exceptionally fast pace. Even bigger margin today. Another large drop moved sharply in her direction. Pratt's path was already very narrow, and this latest update may have made it even harder to see. LA race, LA mayor. Oh my God. Oh my God. 26.2% to 27.3%. Because at this rate, given the trend line so far with closer to E-Day votes now being counted, the closer you get to the E-Day, the higher the percentages are by wider and wider margins for Nithya Raman as opposed to Spencer Pratt. There are still likely a ton of votes left to count, and Steyer will likely finish within a point or two of Hilton. So yes, Katie Porter will probably end up being a spoiler, even if you split her votes evenly between Becerra and Steyer. Oh, plus 9.5 for Steyer. Holy shit, dude. Everyone that was a Steyer Nithya Raman voter literally came in at the last moment to vote. Like, the closer it gets to E-Day, the more they vote, the more likely they are to vote for Tom Steyer and Nithya Raman. She made up 14,000 votes in just a 40K drop. There are 190,000 votes left, and she only needs 7,000. It's over. Pratt is cooked. I mean, if it keeps going the way that it has been going, yeah, it's over for it's over for Spencer Pratt. Turns out maybe it wasn't California. Actually, the Javier Becerra Tom Steyer race shows it is still California. But I don't think Steyer is going to make it either. Yeah, I don't think it's looking too good for the Steyer bros. Steyer bros, it might be Jover. You are still too negative. Tom will win. Dude, Tom's margins are fucking way gnarlier. Come on. Obviously, it's the governor's race, so there's a lot more votes to make up for, but his margins are not looking good, okay? LA County's update of 58,558 more votes in LA mayor's race breaks 40% to Raman, 33 Bass, 17.7 Pratt, shaving another 13,178 votes from his lead for second place. Raman now trails by just 7,494 votes and will likely overtake Pratt with the next batch. If it keeps going at 10% of the pace it's been going, she wins. She's way ahead of what she needs to win at this pace, to be honest. Yeah. Pratt is probably taking this really well. Yeah, I want to know how Spencer Pratt is going to view this possible loss. I mean, he's been talking about how he had this in the bag. Raman needs to beat Pratt by 8.7 points in the remaining vote today. Instead, she won this drop by 22.5 points, and it was a large batch. That puts Nithya Raman on track to join Karen Bass in November, runoff between the two Democrats. Yeah, I think LA might be saved, boys. I think LA might have been rid of the Spencer Pratt cancer. You were way too hard on California. We can do this. Are you kidding me? The fact that there's a race at all is enough of a reason for me to be sufficiently hard on California. That's number one. Number two, we need better candidates. Like, I'm sorry. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. If Nithya Raman versus Karen Bass, who wins, I think is a competitive race. But Nithya Raman has to literally get like a speech coach or something, like a debate coach. Because I was so nice. Like, obviously I had, some serious questions that I wanted to ask her. But that was like failing an open book test. You know what I mean? Like, there are obviously areas where she shines. Transit, and combating homelessness, but in a contentious environment, she clams up. There's a very good chance that Raman will pass Pratt, and this race will be callable in less than 24 hours. By the way, I think it's pronounced Raman, not Raman. No, I think it is Raman. I thought it was Roman as well. Yeah, there's still more votes left to count, and Steyer will likely finish within a point or two of Hilton. With a 17-point net gain, Steyer hits exactly the benchmark he needs in Los Angeles to keep the race for second competitive. He needs similar number from Orange as well. Well, that's probably not going to happen, right? Orange County drop. Steyer cooked. Is it over? Is it Jover? Steyer heads. Every day we have a dump day. We have a dump moment. Orange County drop. Orange County dumps. Santa Clara County 6-6 drop. Steyer at plus 10. Oh, not even beating Becerra in Billionaire Row. Yikes. 5.9 in Orange County. That's good, right? Or is it not good? Steyer is still 300,000 votes away from second. How did Michigan's largest labor union endorse their actual working class candidate like Abdul, but we get the opposite with our unions? Don't even get me started. The orange drop is close to what he needs. Actually, you take his number and add it to Hilton. That's 13.4. That's just short of what he needs, but he's been overperforming in other places. This will be very close. Why don't you believe in Cali racism? Old white guy versus old Latino guy? Come on, America, you got that dog in you? No. And also, California is the one state where Latino privilege is higher than white privilege. Well, obviously not when it comes to systemic racism and whatnot, but in an election, being Latino would probably be more beneficial than being a fucking old white billionaire. Steyer got solid numbers today in 3 of his better late vote counties, but still only outran Hilton compared to 6-2 numbers by 16.7 points in the aggregate this morning. He likely needed closer to 17.2 points the rest of the way. That is enough to suggest this may take a couple more days to call, but not enough to change overall picture. As of now, Hilton has a firm hold on the race for second. As a Chicano that's not from California, I've been seeing Chicano pride accounts on Instagram calling Becerra a win for our people. Pure and unadulterated id poll with no class analysis whatsoever is disappointing because him being Latino is the only thing that matters. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised by that because I feel like Latino voters don't usually do that. Another analyst saying Steyer's path is narrow. Not the Orange County drop Steyer campaign wanted. Luckily for him, the Santa Clara drop was just strong enough to help limit the damage. The race still isn't callable, but you're starting to have to squint to see a path for him. Yeah, it's not good. He's getting squeezed. He's getting squeezed, Steyer bros. I genuinely believe the biggest issue for Steyer was that he was not seen as sincere by a lot of people because he's a fucking billionaire. The only way he could have developed that loyalty is if he just made a bold declarative statement about Israel. I still believe it. He needed the alt. I feel like if he had done that, all the youth vote that went to Becerra would have been like, fuck no. Because Becerra would have to position himself as being supportive of Israel because that's how all of the rest of the fucking pile is. This would have polarized all of the other candidates, not dissimilar to Abdul El-Sayed going up against Mallory McMorrow in a much, much purpler state than California, by the way. Remember that. He's running for governor. Dog, what are you talking about? Are we fucking stupid? He's running for governor in the state of California. California invests millions of dollars in Israeli bonds. What are you talking about? Yeah, he controls over $1 trillion in pension funds, dude. Like, that's just one aspect of this. California is a massive state with, even if you're not, for the record, even if you're talking about, like, as far as what the fuck does a governor have to do with the foreign state, there's a shit ton. Yeah, Israel, on the other hand, is unbearably unpopular amongst the masses and seemingly the most popular thing amongst the political class, which is precisely why you drive home that wedge to showcase that you're a different kind of candidate, to show that you're earnest. I feel like you might be overestimating how many people are focused on Israel, but I agree it would have helped to an extent. No, dude, Israel is the entry point into having people pay attention to you. If you're going to look at it from a totally cynical perspective, okay? Because he had all of the money to get the name recognition, but regardless of the name recognition, there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough trust because he's a billionaire. It would have boosted tremendously with his credibility because that was his biggest weakness. He's not credible. People did not see him as credible. People learned about him because his name was everywhere because he was spending hundreds of millions of dollars.